Hello everybody and welcome back to Imperator, but it's not the Imperator we know. This is Imperator with the Invictus Total Overhaul mod installed. Now, I don't really know what to expect with Invictus. I'm functionally going into this blind, and I'm treating it like it's a new Paradox game. That's kind of the way I'm going to treat this, and we're going to learn how to play it, and it'll be interesting. Now, with the mod enabled, there's absolutely no point in doing any sort of achievement work in Imperator. It's not going to work. Now, my understanding is that the mod Invictus does have a built-in achievement system that is separate from the Imperator achievement system. I don't know what that means, but we might find out. Let's hop into single player here. We're going to do a new game here. And the real question is, what are we going to play? What indeed? Well, I already took a quick look in here and saw that there are certain, well, right here, nations with missions. The nations with unique mission trees. We're probably going to play one of those. So apparently, yeah, the map was extended out over this direction, and a few other things have been done. That's definitely interesting. I don't know where the default Imperator map ended, but somewhere over here. Sure. So let's take a look through these nations with missions here. Moria. I don't want to play something that's easy. So we're not going to be doing an easy difficulty nation. I tend to like to start smaller. We could start with a normal difficulty. That's a possibility. Actually, this is an interesting start. We've already done something similar to this in Crusader Kings with the, what did I call that series name? I cannot remember. Fantastic. But we've done something similar over here. The culture is Lankan. Okay, we could definitely do this. This seems interesting to me. Starting here means that you have this tiny little land bridge over to India, right? And you can expand out this direction in a relatively safe position. You're probably going to want to be a little bit more focused on Navy than I tend to be, and I have no idea how the AI is going to behave, how aggressive they're going to be with this mod. That's something we'll figure out. Actually, I like this idea. I don't play over in India all that often, and this seems like a good time to do so. Moria is going to be the big bad. No doubt about that. No, I don't want to be up here. I want to be down here. Cool. So with Moria being the big bad, that's going to be fascinating, for sure. And primarily, the purpose behind this campaign is learning about the changes that are in the Invictus mod compared to the base game. I haven't played the base game in almost a year at this point. The last time I played it was actually on the channel when the, I guess that would have been the very beginning of Ottoman supremacy, which is still ongoing. That one's been a while, no doubt about that. But there's new mechanics here for Diadochi Wars. Interesting. Dynastic names there, yeah. Iron Man and mixed gender rules. We're going to be leaving this on default. We are not going to be playing on Iron Man. There's not really a reason to, I think. I don't know if the built-in achievement system requires playing on Iron Man. But for right now, because we have no idea what to expect here, I'm not going to play on Iron Man. We'll see about doing that in future campaigns. So for right now, we'll go ahead and do this. We'll be playing on normal difficulty. So AI countries will treat humans and other AI countries the same way. And of course, if you go up to like very hard, yeah, that's a bunch of modifiers. We're going to play on normal. Absolutely. And we're going to be playing apparently as these guys. So what is this? I should probably figure out how to pronounce this, but I'm going to absolutely butcher this, aren't I? Anuradhapura. I imagine I butchered that. I apologize. Let's go ahead and start this. I think this is a good option. We're an autocratic monarchy, and yeah, that seems okay. Man, I'm used to a loading screen there. Okay. So we've got these two navies. We've got this disloyal character instantly. Who is this guy? He's the head of the Nanda family. Okay. Loyalty is low due to his power base in the country. Interesting. Who's our leader? Let's see here. I forget where we see that. Government? Yes. Okay, he's quite young. Good to know. And we start with a civil war thinking about breaking out. I like it. So the reason is going to be this guy, almost certainly. The Nanda family and the Rayana family are both quite powerful. Noted. So yeah, the civil war is going to break out in 21 months. Interesting that it's notifying this twice. But actually, it's only this guy that's showing up right now because below 33%. This is 33.1%. Okay, noted. So this guy needs to be dealt with. Absolutely. And there's not a lot that we can do because we don't have a lot of personal wealth. Got it. Okay, sounds good. Our navies lack commanders. We could put... Would putting a member of his family into command improve his loyalty? Regardless, I don't think that we really have anybody from those families. Actually, this guy is from this family. We could try that. What is this 3 of 3? Okay, so they have enough. They don't actually... They're not going to get any more. Cool. So we'll put the most qualified guy in. Looks good. And the first navy is, of course, going to need a commander as well. So we can put in, say, this guy. Cool. So that dropped this guy, or actually raised him up to 29.2. Fascinating. We can try to make friends with him. We'll see. We have a free idea slot here. So what do we want for our military ideas? Morale of armies is probably pretty decent. Shipbuilding cost, reinforcement speed, and army morale recovery. All of these are going to cost political influence. So this would be like 60 of our 100 political influence to get this spent. Let's come back to that. We can afford a new invention, and we actually have 8 innovations. So we could start thinking about, like, religious advances and moving into, like... Do we care about integrated culture happiness right now? This is looking very, like, base Imperator right now. I don't think they really changed all of this too much. I'm quite certain we have the mod enabled. If we don't, we can always restart it, but I'm quite certain it is enabled. Right to be heard, national citizen output, we could go with something... Well, really, we're going to need to work on our income, right? That's going to be extremely important. So, things like these outputs here. Import value isn't all that big of a deal. National tax might not be too bad. Taxes is where we're making almost all of our income. So standardized measures would probably be good into property tax. Build time reduction of 20% wouldn't be bad either. Then that would allow us to get additional national tax and make our way down this way. Yeah, I feel like that's not bad. Monthly political influence would be pretty good too. Let's go this route for right now. We're going to grab property tax. And then build time reduction of minus 20%, additional national tax. And then that's all the further we're going to go over here for the time being. We can go into our martial advances, and we can grab, say, material science for army weight modifier reduction. And then siege engineers +1 is just very, very good. And discipline plus 2.5 is very good as well. And then from here, we could think about going into, say... legal patronage to increase loyalty of characters by 2. Which brings this guy up to 31.2. That's actually really good. Yeah, that sounds good to me. We can call down an omen, and what do we want right now? Let's see here. How do I'm trying to remember how to do this. Right, morale of armies plus 5%, national slave output plus 10%. How much does our economy actually rely on slaves? That's an important question here. Let's go into our... Where do we see our pops again? I'm pretty sure we can do that here. Trade, overview, culture, religion, economy. This breakdown isn't amazing. We really need to go into more... Okay, we can see we have 40 slave pops. So roughly 25% of our population is slaves. So with that in mind, calling down slave output is probably not the worst thing. Done. Okay, so that looks good. We have an available decision that we can enact, the choice of personal deity. So this will cost us 25 political influence. Okay, so this works kind of like the cult in Europa. Sure. So what do we want here? We could go for Krishna for pop assimilation speed and stability change, for Ganga for build cost and build time, Shakti for discipline and siege ability. That'd be very good if we're planning on going to war. Manpower and morale of armies. It's okay. A local tax if governor. Wait, are all of these effects if governor? Yes. Effects if ruler, monthly stability change. So this guy's the ruler. He's not the governor. The only one of these that actually have a ruler bonus is this one. So I guess we'll go for Krishna. Okay, so at this point, we can go for ideas. We can get a military idea. And I kind of like the idea of morale of armies. But how many free ideas slots do we actually have? Just the 3? Yeah, we change these later. That's right. That's the way this works. So we would need to go for probably morale of armies here. And then for our civic idea, we would put in... We don't make that much from commerce. Probably national slave output. And then we would grab civilization level and civilization change isn't the worst idea. Ruler popularity gain is good, but I feel like that monthly civilization change is going to add up a lot over the course of the game. So we'll grab that. That does spend down our political influence quite heavily. Understood. So. This guy's loyalty needs to come up a little bit. We're working on making friends with him. Let's tick forward. I'm going to move up to speed 4. I don't think I've really ever played Imperator at speed 4 before, but we'll definitely try that. Oh, this should be manageable. Absolutely. Seems fine. Cool. So we have bad research ratio right now. We don't have very many citizens. So we definitely want to get more citizens, right? We do have some cash, and I would like to spend that cash. Let's go into our macro builder. And what do we want to go for? Well, we definitely want to build cash-generating structures. Things like slave estates and mines. So let's see here. Civilization value, goods produced. We can only build the 1 mine. Okay, slave estates, we can build quite a number of those. We can build 2 farming settlements. Tribal settlements, I don't think we're going to bother to build. And then there's these ports. Right. I don't think we care that much about the ports either. So for the moment, I'm going to build the 1 mine that we can build. We'll get that underway. Political ambitions, huh? So that's this guy. He's seeking a particular government office. He's been passed over unjustly in favor of others. So we could give him what he wants. And this seems okay. Done. And there's no more problem. So now we don't have to worry about befriending him. Cool. So that's fine. This is... That's stuck open. Okay, sure. So we can think about our missions, right? We can hop over here. We've only got the 1 mission that we can do. We own all provinces of the Dravidian culture group. Let's go ahead and start this then. Okay, so These missions are interesting for sure. We've already completed one of these tasks. That is this one? Yes. So we gain a claim on the province down here, I think. Done. When Prince Vijaya was banished onto Lanka, he brought only a few followers with him. It was him who created our kingdom. Now we, his descendants, have a proud history to look back to. But many years of internal conflicts have weakened us. We must find our course in these trying times to ensure Anuradha... I'm going to mess this up so many times. Anuradhapura will rise once more. We'll go with that. Sure. Diplomatic reputation +2. I'm going to get better at that. I'll learn how to actually pronounce that. Actually, let's do that literally right now. How do we pronounce that? Hey, Google, what do you have? Google is taking a little bit. How to pronounce Anuradhapura. Okay, I found a YouTube video. Let's see what we've got.
Anuradhapura.
Anuradhapura. Okay, sounds good. I'll need to practice that one. So, that shall prosper. Yes, indeed. Anuradhapura. Sounds good. I can definitely get better at that. So, let's see here. What do we need to do here? We need to be the Raja of Maurya? Oh, this guy needs to be the Raja of Maurya. So we would attempt to befriend him on completion. Gotcha. Okay, so what else can we do down over here? At war with Chola, Chera, or Pandya. These guys out over here. Okay, the matter down here. We need to be friends. With this guy. We're already befriending a character, and I want to stop befriending that character. So, if we go into here... We're currently siphoning funds. Hilarious. Where is this guy that we are trying to befriend? I want to stop befriending him. So we need to go into, like, our great families, right? So if we go into here... No, where do we see those again? I know we can see the great families here somewhere. Characters. Show families. This guy. I want to stop making friends with him. Apparently we can't. Everyone likes gold. There's some other way. So we're going to give up on making friends with this guy. We do not need it. And I want to hop back into our missions here. Yeah, we need to make friends with this guy. It may become a feudatory. This needs to be our subject. Or does not own any territories. So we have to conquer this, but we make friends with the leader of this. Okay. Gotcha. So, do we have a CB? We do. Okay. So, they're Miltech 2, and can we see how strong they are? It feels like they used to have their military power level here. I'm guessing we're stronger than them. I don't know that for a fact. Let's see, that's the score there. Ledger. Cohorts. This is ours? Indeed. So we would need to go into, let's see here, diplomatic stance, number of pops, number of ships, war exhaustion. Perhaps we cannot see that at this point. These are our numbers. And let's take a look down here. Malaya. So we'll sort by name. And can we get there from here? It's been a while. No doubt about that. So here's Malaya. We see that they have 59 pops. They're considered a local power. So are we. And this just goes to this page here. Okay. Well, perhaps we should give it a go. We would have to go via levies, right? I'm pretty sure we only have levies at this point. Up to 12 from Dravida. We don't have any legions. We don't have the right laws for them. And traditions here, we've got the Indian tribe and Indian kingdom traditions unlocked. Noted. So realistically, if we look at the actual province here, we should be able to see... I'm sure that we can see this somewhere. In every other Paradox game you can. Although maybe the mod has it hidden. It's possible. But I think we just declare this. What could possibly go wrong? Okay. So we're going to do that. And we're going to raise our levies. So they're right here. 6K. We're going to head down over this direction. And the question is, okay, let's not go crazy. I want to end this making friends because I want to make friends with this guy. Cool. So we're going to head down over here and look to get this done. There's no risk of civil war right now. Yep, that's to be expected. Yeah, spurned by this guy. It is terribly vexatious indeed. So now we want to make friends with this fine gentleman. Beautiful. Okay, let's make our way on in. I don't see their levies. Surely they have levies. Everyone does like gold. 10 gold, huh? Do it. We need to make friends with this guy. Okay. There's mercenaries here. But there aren't any actual levies here. Let's head on in. There they are. 3,000 of them. We have that siege engineer base level from our technology. Ooh, that's a lot of gold. But we got to do it. So we're in debt right now. But that's okay. We will come out of the debt in a couple of months. Hopefully this befriending doesn't cost us more. Okay, so minus 35. They're going to walk up over here. Hey, we made friends. Okay, so we can complete this task. On completion, Runu may become a feudatory. Okay, after many delegations went to the land of the Ruhunu, our diplomats finally returned bringing good news. Not only do the Ruhunu welcome our proposal of friendship with open arms, our ties have been close ever since the Principality of Ruhunu was first founded by the Vijaya destiny, with this person's brother, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that one, currently ruling this land. Perhaps we could use this situation to derive a political advantage for us. So we could dethrone the king and integrate them immediately, or we could create a feudatory. We dethrone their king, right? This is probably not necessarily the best way to go. It's probably going to be easier to get them fully integrated if we do this way. This would probably be easier to integrate, ultimately. But this is probably, while it's going to be painful, I think in the short term, this is probably the better long-term option. Let's do it. Okay, so this is integrated now. Fantastic. And does that mean that we can raise additional levy troops? No. Okay, noted. So they're walking up over here. The Hellenistic man, huh? So 3 citizens just became Hellenic. Fascinating. There's a rival at court. And we don't want to lose popularity. But we also don't really need a rival right now. So they're going to walk up over here and start sieging our capital, I think. But we're substantially ahead of them here. How many troops do we actually need to siege this? Does Imperator need greater numbers or triple numbers? I think it's more Europa style, right? So we could, in theory, create some units here. No, I don't think this is a good idea. I think we're going to have sufficient speed on our siege here that this doesn't matter. So let's just wrap up this siege, and we should be far enough ahead of them on the siege curve that this siege is irrelevant. We're up to 14% now. So this looks good. We're doing very well here. We're potentially going to have Lanka unified, like, right now. Wait, it's already over? It already fell. Wow. So I don't want to get cruel. I don't want to kill 2 citizens either. Killing pops is not good, so we're going to let the looting be gentle. We need all the pops that we can get, right? So we're going to head up over this direction. All of this will auto-siege because of the way that works in Imperator. Okay, we just had a daughter. Sounds good. And we're at 100% war score, so we will sue for peace, and we will take this location. Beautiful. So that looks good. This will increase our rank to regional power. Do it. Okay. So, every character would be put to death, lose 0.5 aggressive expansion, and I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to lose some aggressive expansion there. Okay, cool. So, we now have unified our island, I believe. Unite Lanka, right? At least 70% of the pops are going to need to be Lankan and Hindu. Okay, so we're going to need to actually work on assimilating these, but we do need to disband our levies. There we go. Cool. So there we go. This is all our territory already. That went very, very swiftly. No doubt about that. Apparently we're building this, and we probably do want to think about... Let's see, this is on religious conversion right now. What is the religious status here? I know we can see this here somewhere. We're on religious conversion currently. I believe we wanted cultural assimilation first, if I recall correctly. Yeah, we want... They're currently Buddhist down in this area-ish, and we want to switch to Hindu. Actually, a lot of this is already Hindu. If I recall correctly, we're better off doing cultural assimilation over religious assimilation, although that may be different in the mod. We're going to switch this over to cultural because we do need to get them culturally assimilated anyway. So that'll be fine. We are currently on that right now. Culturally speaking, what is our pop info here? Okay, Lankan and Hindu. Sure. So there's some assimilation going on up over here. Down here, this is all being worked on. Yeah, this is what we want, I think. Cool. Okay, so with that, it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, we are going to start expanding over this way, potentially. We'll see what the mission tree has in store for us. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Kentuin, James, Shadowwolf, and Lohan80, Kentogan, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Unisil, Rogue Corvid, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.